Wow. This tragic story is coming out of Belize. A Virginia cardiologist was shot and killed while vacationing in Belize with his wife and 3 children. According to reports on June 23rd, police found the bodies of Boca Del Rio tour guide Mario Nestle Jr Graniel, 53, and Virginia cardiologist Dr. Gary Swank, 53, in the San Pedro town lagoon. The 2 men were found dead with multiple gunshot wounds. It's been reported that the men went fly fishing on the San Pedro lagoon. At around 10 a.m., shots were fired, killing both men. Graniel was found inside the boat, and Swank was found floating face down in the lagoon, about 30 feet away from the boat. Police report a possible motive for the murders is over a misunderstanding with a gangster in San Pedro. According to reports, the tour guide's home was recently shot at, and the police detained suspected gunman. However, Graniel didn't show up to provide a report. Chester Williams, who is the police commissioner in Belize, said police did everything they could to protect Graniel, but we can't follow the man everywhere he goes. We don't have a boat to follow him, and we can't put police on every tour guide boat, Williams said. We did what we could have done in terms of detaining those who we believe were responsible and maintaining presence in the area where he lived. I don't see what else we could have done. Dr. Swank was likely a victim of circumstance. The FBI has now joined the probe into the murders of the 2 men. There is certain expertise that we do not have in Belize, and I have asked them to see how best they can assist us with those expertise, and they have agreed. This is what Williams told a news reporter. So we are hoping that with the expertise they bring to the table, it will aid us significantly how we approach and deal with the investigation. So two suspects have been detained in connection to the fatal incident. The suspects were not initially identified because charges have not been filed. 23-year-old Christian Espat was wanted for questioning in the case. The alleged gangster denied any involvement and has since turned himself into the police. According to reports, a woman has been cooperating with authorities and has not been named as a suspect. It is believed, however, that the woman played an important role in the double murder, but there are currently no details on the role she played in the incident. Swank's family released a statement on Tuesday saying that they are heartbroken. His senseless murder has left us to mourn. A purposeful life ended too soon, the family said in their statement. Gary was an incredibly driven individual, both professionally and personally, and we were blessed to have been a part of his life. His death will be felt throughout the community as he was a physician, caregiver, teacher, mentor, avid outdoorsman, neighbor, colleague, and friend to many, the statement reads. The State Department has issued a Level 2 travel advisory for Belize, urging increased caution as violent crimes such as sexual assault, home invasions, armed robberies, and murder are common even during daylight hours and in tourist areas. 5 days prior to the murders of Swank and Graniel, a group of 5 fishermen were shot to death in Swallow Cay. It's reported that 6 months into 2019, there have been 70 murders, and that is not counting those missing and those whose remains have yet to be identified. So this is a very tragic story coming out of Belize. It appears that Dr. Swank was just doing an excursion. He was on a tour while he was vacationing with his family. From what I understand, he was not with his wife and children when the incident occurred. So he probably just took some time out to do his own little, have his own little personal time doing something. He was basically just doing something he took interest in, something that he enjoyed. And it's just so sad because it's like he was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. And that's really scary because I can't imagine, doing an excursion. I've never really had the private experience where it's just me by myself, or even just me and my husband. I'm trying to think about all the excursions we've gone on when we've traveled. We usually do the group excursions. I've never really been alone. And I'm wondering if a group of people were there, would things have been different? Needless to say, it's a tragedy that this occurred. And from what I also understand is that Belize has pirates. So with the 5 fishermen that were murdered, they are believing that the suspects were pirates that murdered those 5 fishermen. So that's very interesting to me. When I think about pirates, I think about in Somalia, places like that, maybe just from watching movies, but there's some real stuff going on out there. And like I said, I don't really like to talk about these things, but it's kind of good that I do, because even I'm learning so much talking about these things with you. And I just want to emphasize that I'm not trying to build fear. I mean, I'm becoming afraid with certain things, especially even with the jet skiing video that I did. I learned a lot about jet skiing. You guys sharing your stories with me about your experiences jet skiing definitely kind of scares me and makes, like, almost confirms that maybe it's not for me. And I don't think that's bad, because you have to do things that work for you. If you're fearless and free, go ahead and do it. But if it's something that you were questioning and on the fence about, if this is confirmation that tells you, well, maybe this isn't for you, believe it and follow it. So I'm really learning a lot, because I didn't even know the Caribbean had pirates. What is this, like the 1700s? I don't really understand it. I don't know what's going on. But I know I had spoken to someone from Belize, and they expressed that they don't even go out at night. So correct me if I'm wrong, because I know when I do these videos, a lot of people from the actual countries, a lot of them take offense to these videos, and, they get in the comment section and start becoming very defensive. And I respect all of you. I understand where you're coming from. I'm not emotionally connected to America. I know people will in turn say, well, what about the US? And America's no different. And America really isn't. But we live in America. We see this every day. And a lot of the times when we see a lot of your islands, we think that, palm trees, blue waters, a lot of us think like this is just beautiful and it's safe and calm and we'll be fine out there. So to hear these stories, it kind of opens up a lot of people's eyes. You'll be surprised how ignorant everyone is to a lot of things. We automatically assume that people will know that this is going on and that is going on, but we don't really know. So it's good, like I said, that I'm doing these videos, because even I'm building my own awareness with some of the things that's going on in some of these countries. And I don't want people to get mad at me. If you're going to get mad, you're going to get mad regardless. There's nothing I can really do about it. And I understand it. I respect it when people feel like maybe we're speaking badly. I try not to speak badly about the island. I'm just basically telling people what's going on, what I've heard from my experience. If you feel like you want to come in the comment section and dispute anything that I'm saying that you feel is false, feel free. Like, I don't delete comments. I don't block anybody unless you're blatantly disrespectful. I mean, people have called me racist. People have said negative things about me, and I just let it rock. I let the comments go, and I let people kind of freely express themselves, because I respect people's feelings. I would hope that you guys will respect me. It's not even so much of my feelings, but just me as a person. But if you feel like maybe I'm saying something that's incorrect, definitely correct me, because I want to learn and I want to, put out the correct information. And I don't want people to be offended by the things that I'm saying. I never really tell anyone not to visit these islands, even with the stories. I've actually visited Belize. A lot of the times when I've traveled recently, it's been on cruises. We went to Belize City. We went to, we went to the Altunja ruins and a distillery, and I think that's it. And I didn't have a bad experience in Belize, but most of the time we went in a car. But I do have a family member who allowed me to speak to one of their family members who actually visits Belize regularly, and that person let me know that they don't even leave their house at night. Like most locals, go in their house, lock their doors, lock their windows, and they stay inside because it's that dangerous. The person I spoke to is actually from Belize, and she travels between Belize and New York City. So I was letting her know that I wanted to start a business in the Caribbean because I love the islands, and she was basically informing me on how to be safe while I'm out there. And she was instructing me on how I should carry myself and the things that I should do to stay safe, because it's not a place where you could just go and walk freely and think that everything is going to be okay. Now, if I'm wrong and you actually reside in Belize and you live there every single day and you feel like what I'm saying is wrong, definitely let me know in the comment section. If you've traveled to Belize, I'd love to hear about your experience in the country. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know about your experience. Was it good? Was it bad? Did you feel safe out there? Were you perfectly fine? And I want to take this time to say that I'm praying for everyone who has lost someone they love recently in Belize. Praying for Dr. Swank's family. Definitely hope you guys find some type of peace during this tragic period. Safe travels. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to hit the like button. Follow me on Instagram. Safe travels. Go over to shopmissmj.com where you'll find everything from beach towels and sunglasses to plus-size swimwear. Perfect for your next island getaway. That's shopmissmj.com. If you are in the New York City area, definitely check out Island Soul and Sweets BX. There are so many amazing seafood dishes, including snow crab legs and lobster tail. You'll also find great soul food dishes and delicious sweets. That's Island Soul and Sweets BX. Bring the passion back into your bedroom by visiting RoxyAfterDark.com.